Roll call. Danielle Tavaney, Eve Lacey, Jennifer Miller, Emma Batchelor, Stephanie Burris, Nettie Penman, Teresa Baxter, Cindy Tiger, and Melanie Nesky. Yeah. Okay. That's 9. We have 9. Susan Horowitz and Iris Cannon are excused. Angela Araman here. Eric is here. Eric Mason. All right. Public invited to be heard? No. None. Corrections to the April 18th minutes. Jennifer?
I have a correction. On item 10A, number 6, I was talking about rededicating when Nature's Way is restored, but it should be suggests or recommends rather than.
Okay. All right. So, any other changes?
The only thing I have is, I meant to send the message and it just got past me, but after Nettie Penman, there's a comma, there, that comment, I don't think it's used.
Is there a number?
It's number 2, sorry, we'll have a roll call.
You're just saying the comment is.
Just the comments, yeah, sorry, that's the only thing I meant to send a message about and I forgot.
Okay. All right, any other changes? Anybody? Then I need a motion to approve the minutes as amended. Second? Second. All in favor? 9. Opposed? Abstentions? If everybody voted, is there any abstentions? Nope.
Someone
Zero.
changes their mind.
9, 4, 0 against, 0 abstained. Motion passes. Additions, corrections to the agenda for today.
I have none.
None. 0. And then we have a thank you to Commissioner Laurel, who isn't here tonight, and Stephanie. These are their last nights.
It is?
Thank you so much for your service.
That was fast. Thank you. Yeah. And there's cake.
Yeah.
So,
They come back,
I will
occasionally I might come back, but this year I am expecting summer.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
I
easy.
know that, I just think it's really important.
Oh, yeah, like,
So you can't sit here and recovery and all of that.
recovery is hard. No, yeah.
So, yeah, I just think I need to.
we have Lake Sage out.
Yes.
Yeah, my back surgery.
Right.
It really took me over a year. It took me over a year to get back there, and it's still.
I've been here for a year.
Right, I know, I remember. I kept wondering, what the hell is she saying?
Oh, my goodness, it's been there for a while.
Yeah, I knew I. Yeah.
It wasn't that I was trying to lord over.
I can tell because you would like twist it.
Oh, I was
and-
trying to.
Yeah, I can tell that there's something.
And now I'm okay, but it took me too long.
I know, it took forever. And then, and then I had this.
Well, no.
I think
We were just at number 6.
So.
Thanking Stephanie and Laurel, who is not here tonight, for their service to the board. This is their last meeting.
Oh, man.
Another big round of applause. Thank you for your service.
May I say something? So I just want to also thank you guys, like I have enjoyed getting to know people on the board and like being with like-minded people who love art has been so fantastic. It's been really special and
every time I see something that we have in the city, I'm just so excited. I wrote you and you didn't write me back, but I was excited about the photo wrap. I saw the Johnson's Quarter, you know, out at
Oh,
Airport
you
Road.
just said I loved it. I didn't think it needed a
Oh, no.
response.
I think they're really cool
But
too.
They look wonderful.
It's very
They
exciting,
really
so
do. I
anyway.
love the one at Martin
Keep on,
and
keep it on. Keep
Third.
on with the good
That's
work.
the Corvette on it. That's
Yes, I
great.
love that one too. That's gonna be like that.
Where is it? Where's the other one?
Martin and Third.
Martin and Third.
Martin First, okay.
Just right up over here.
Okay.
We will make sure to send the tour to all of you because it is up right now, so it has all of the locations, the map, and then the.
Oh, cool, yeah,
We'll get that sent along.
but they really do look great.
Yes.
And also,
Yeah, I
I
can't
want to thank you
wait
guys
to
for
see
being
the
so kind to my daughter whenever she came along.
Yeah, and here's Coral. Hey, we're all here.
So that's been really great.
That's all right, here, we'll go down.
She did freeze her ass off at Christmas.
Here you go. You are so generous. It's the perfect time. No, you came at the perfect time. Because we were just.
We haven't done chairs.
Yes, we're doing this.
Okay. I don't think anyone's.
And I also want to thank Laurel Altman for her service on the commission. The past few years, thank you very much.
An honor.
So yes, we have cake. So at any time you want to just get up and get yourself a piece of cake.
There's good cake too.
Vanilla and cream cheese frosting.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really good. Everybody says we don't know how to live.
It's not junk cake.
Okay, council comments.
Yeah, I'm pulling up my stuff right now.
Okay, well, that's.
I know, the end of the year, school year, I was like going from double and triple booking. So, yesterday, we did have the 28th annual, police memorial that Longmont, City of Longmont has hosted. So it's been 28 years. So I was there yesterday afternoon at 4 o'clock. And that was a really beautiful ceremony. So that, that's happens every May, so if anyone wants to come and watch, next May, we'll have another. So the other thing I wanted to advise you all on is on May 29th, it is a Wednesday, we're having a joint City Council and St. Great Valley School District meeting. So if you wanted to attend, that is going to be at the school district, 395 South Pratt Street at the district office in the boardroom. So it gives us a chance to look at what the school district's doing, what is city doing, how can we coalesce in, just build a stronger community for our youth and share what we're doing here. And then we are moving forward with a lot of Vision Zero adjustments, and so you've seen a lot of work happening around town, and so as they're doing those street repairs, they're looking at the, setting up along the Vision Zero mindset, multi-modality, pedestrians, cyclists, and cars. So you'll see a lot of changes in the upcoming couple of years, further along. Let's see, we are going to be moving forward a lot with front range passenger rail. So the governor has really put in money and committed to seeing this through. What we're looking for, in the start, it'll be from Denver to Longmont. Eventually, they're looking to have it expand from Fort Collins to Pueblo, with the hope that, further down the line, it would be from Cheyenne down to Mexico. So getting other states involved. Yes.
Are they starting on the Denver side or the Longmont side?
They're starting, so it's upgrading the current BNSF railroad tracks, and it'll have to start in Denver and work its way toward Longmont. They have to, in order for the train to be able to hit a certain speed, the tracks have to be upgraded. So it's not building new tracks, it's using current infrastructure and just upgrading it for speed.
Are the freight trains moving on east?
I believe so. That is the hope. And so we do have BNSF Railroad engaged in the process, so they're willing to make changes. So we're going to start seeing some shifts in there in the next at least 7 years.
So, anybody remember fast tracks?
Yes. And so
Are we paying for that stuff?
Yeah.
So what we have really pushed, I know the mayor's pushed really hard on this, is that to leverage that money to do front range passenger rail. So we're currently, I'm putting in my calls, a lot of us on council are putting in our calls and meeting with state legislators, the governor's office, as well as BNSF Railroad and RTD, and, really putting the hammer on that we have to, communities already pay for this.
Yeah.
So let's get something that works.
Yeah.
So really shifting those dollars to cover something that's more realistic.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, of course.
And you say 7 years, the estimate?
So
7 years to completion or 7 years?
7 years to completion,
Okay.
yes.
I thought it could still be alive.
Can I say something on this? I did attend the public service recognition event that the council put on, which was very nice.
Oh, yeah.
And I did talk to a few people about our photo wraps on the traffic lights. That was
Oh,
really
yeah.
fun. Pamela and I went to, it was really fun.
Excellent. All right.
I know something else will come to mind and then I'll share with you, I guess. But I think, yeah.
Thank you for putting that.
Of course, thank you. Item 1, number 8, hidden paths, unseen trails. Karen.
Let's see.
I have to go off, and now you go on.
Alright. So, as most of you are well aware, the museum is in the midst of an expansion campaign.
I just turned the lights down, so sorry.
And we've gone through a lot of different designs, but I think we are now in a design that we're moving forward with pretty well. And one of the things that we have identified is needing to relocate the Art and Public Places piece, Hidden Paths, Unseen Trails. It's currently on a wall that should be here. That's the existing wall this is our existing history gallery here, and then right now this is a hallway that goes down to our tent gallery over here. We're basically recovering some space for our galleries by expanding the galleries all the way to the windows here. This will be our children's gallery, so have natural light in there. This is a great opportunity for that. And our galleries is a nice feature as well. But that does mean that we would need to relocate this artwork. Working with the architects, the space that we've identified would be in the new addition. So basically the museum's entrance moves from here, where it is now, up over to here. So it's a little bit larger vestibule. This also means that there's a better airlock, so in winter we don't have cold air blasting in the way we do now. And then this is all connected to the main purpose of the expansion, which is our new flex galleries, 34 to 4,000 square foot flex gallery that we're planning on adding on along with support spaces, bathrooms, and so forth. So we have a hallway that would be part of the free area of the museum, so you wouldn't have to pay admission to go down this hallway. And that is where we are proposing to put Hidden Paths, Unseen Trails. So it would be basically directly to the right of the new museum front desk. So a very visible location. would be still adjacent to the museum lobby and a very heavily trafficked part of the museum that anyone coming in could see. The reason we're bringing it to you now, even though we're probably a year or so away from actually starting construction, is that we need to give the architect direction. Yes, go ahead and design the enclosure and all of that so that we have that planned in. So when construction starts, then we're ready to go with that location. So wanted to bring that to you. Obviously, it is your choice if you feel like this is an appropriate location. But we feel like it's a very prominent place within.
Is there, is this pretty well confirmed? Is there opportunity? Is there any chance that this will move if they're going to do something different and they say, oh, we don't want to put it there after all, we want to put it somewhere else?
I think once the commission has said, this is the location, unless they find some structural issue that causes a problem, then we would direct them to move forward with that.
I like that you can see it right when you come out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in a good spot for people to see it. Yeah, I like that.
And
All
also,
right.
I also think that because it's not in direct from the entrance from people coming in, the glass won't reflect too much. You'll be able to actually see it without it obscuring all of its layers. It's not directly, but it still will be well lit. I like it. So it's going to be an exhibition box, sort of, or?
At this point, we don't have the details, but it would be similar to what it is now in having an air gap between the glass and then a wall behind it, so that the glass shows off well black.
Can I say this? I kind of wish that people would have to exit the gallery through the gift shop. Seriously.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it is at the Denver Art Museum, and darn if I didn't every time I go through there.
You do,
yes, it's true. But anyway, I
There's
think
a
that,
great Banksy Netflix called Exit Through the Gift Shop.
I think that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, we tried, and just dealing with an existing building has its challenges. So, we are working with as best we can.
But we're gonna have such a wonderful gift shop now that everyone will want to go there.
Yes.
I always want to go to the gift shop.
I think so. I want to go there.
Is everybody pretty familiar with which piece we're talking about, or would you like to see a picture? Or you could all also, after the meeting, go and walk and go see it. But
It's the big wall of glass with it's a forest and everybody. Okay. I'm going to make a motion that the commission approve this architect's placement of this going forward so that they know that it's okay for them to move ahead with this plan. I need a second. A second.
Anyone?
Teresa. All in favor? 11 ayes. Any opposed? No abstentions. 11-4, no abstentions, no nays. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
And we're thinking a couple of years before we're close to
Actually, about a year.
a year. Are they gonna move it out and store it someplace before they put it in, or is this gonna be a direct point A to point B?
We have not gotten to those details. I'll definitely work with Angela on. We would want to move it as little as possible, but obviously we don't want to put it in Mark Square. So if we need to store it.
So luckily, we have, of course, some museum storage on site here that's near our office, but of course, we also have the MCC, which is off-site. So we have, it's not that we don't have storage, it's just a matter of which will be the best solution to the problem. And the problem is relative.
Yeah. Okay, art on the move update, Angela.
If you have not gone to see 4th Avenue and St. Stephen's. We moved 13 pieces in 3 days, and even the contractor said, Angela, I think this is a little much. So I don't like them standing around. But it went really well. It was a little slow to begin with, but then once we got moving, it was really good. So make sure that you go over and see 4th Avenue and St. Stephen's and the robot move to Kensington. So this is Gregory Field's piece. The butterfly bench is outside of Old Town Marketplace, and luckily the artist did decide to have it facing the shops rather than the street. That was a conversation that I said, as a mother, I just don't know that I would let my kids sit that close to the curb. But he came to that idea. So we're zooming in on Charlotte's nose, but that's nice and cute. And I think one of the best things that happened was while these artists were installing a group of preschoolers from the school down the way were on their walkabout, and they came and stopped and they said, goodbye to the robot, and we talked about art, we talked about switching it up, and that's when Charlotte's piece was there, and they walked around it, happy face, sad face. So I just want you to know that I think that 4th Avenue has been super impactful for our community. It's highly trafficked, it's highly visible, it was a really good decision. So this is Jody Bliss's piece in St. Stephen's. There's kind of a butterfly theme going on, of course, because her spine has butterflies in the chakra, but then also the other piece, which will be coming up. This is the icosahedron, which is a spinny thing. This artist pulled up and had, 7 pieces in his trailer that he was hauling, and he just goes from state to state to state, and is just delivering all of his artwork everywhere. And he gave me the deck of playing cards that he makes that are trading cards with all of the artworks that he has in different years in different cities. So thinking of this as the die for the Dungeons and Dragons, kind of this gaming idea, that this artist is going beyond sculpture, right? That this artist is taking it to that next place. So I will make sure to share those trading cards with you. But he was an interesting dude. Kevin Schaefer, he's from up in the mountains. He used to be in Evergreen, and now he's further up. This is the Tolkien piece, and I have not gone and seen it at night, but there is a solar collector at the tippy top, and then of course the heart of the sculpture lights up at night, so all the rings are in there. So you can go check that out.
It's way cooler in person than in the pictures. Like, I promise you guys will be so blown away by it.
Which just goes to show sometimes the images just don't do them justice, right? And then on our final day, Revan and her guy and I constructed this very heavy, sharp butterfly in St. Stephen's, and like right before the rain came in and lightning, and it's fantastic. So it's kinetic, it moves in the wind. The sun shines through its thorax, so there's some transparent, color that's going on, and it just looks really fabulous there. And then, because ambition is a good thing to do, we struggled for 3 days trying to figure out how to get uptown off of Safety and Justice Plaza. So structural engineers from Safety and Justice gave us some pretty severe warnings about where we could and could not drive the forklift to get the piece. So those cones is the line of doom. Go past that. So on day 3, the art handler then brought this boom contraption that they have for extended forklift, and we found all bolts miraculously, and finally got it picked. But yeah, I haven't had stress like that in a while. But you can see just threading the needle, right? Like it was just the right piece of machinery, just the right height, just the right equipment, and it ended up working out very well. And so now, of course, we move it to a trailer, and then we have it, of course, in front of the firehouse, which actually it complements the building and the firehouse. And then when you look at the sculpture, finally being able to see it in the round, you can see the little windows and the idea of it as apartment or residential or something like that, but then in that seriously industrial material. It's pretty fantastic. And Morgan, who is with the art handling company, she did all of the welding, just to practice her stick welding. It really is a gift and it's a trade, and her welds are fantastic. So I really encourage you to go out there, see the work, and then the temporary labels are out. We are working on massaging the interns' interpretation. We have some refining to do on that, and then once that's done, the QR code will be added to the label, and then you'll have that tour piece too. So yes, good selection, really great selection. They look really cohesive. It's nice.
We moved the robot to Kensington Park, and if you're driving west on 3rd, past the robot, you can see it really clearly. It's really well positioned, and then you hit the wrap on Martin and 3rd, and it just makes the whole drive just art fantastic.
Yeah, how did the Firestone, the fire station people take it? Because they love that robot there.
Yeah, I think that they're completely fine with, I think everybody's completely fine with getting a refresh of new art. I do think that there is some folks that are upset that it is gone, but I will tell you, because we had the opportunity to remove it and move it, we've got to look at its construction, and in my very professional opinion, it is wonderful as a temporary piece of artwork. And stop. So as we go forward, considering our permanent collection pieces, maintenance and longevity need to be at the top of the line in our minds. But it's fantastic for Kensington, and for another year will be very fun.
Did anybody in the neighborhood provide feedback that they're happy that it's there?
Not yet, no.
Well, I live in there and I think it's great. I think it looks great from 3rd, it looks great from walking around it. And I think this collection on 4th is our strongest yet. It works really well together. All of them say something interesting. It's really nice. So take a little field trip down 4th Street. It's great.
Excellent. There's one of your adult day.
Yes. 13.
Next, Clover Meadows Park update.
Who wants to update?
Oh,
Stephanie, just this regarding our meeting the other night?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we all got together and did a selection of artists that we want proposals from. We have 3 artists that we selected, plus an alternate, in case somebody can't do it. And so we have one mosaic artist that does really cool mosaic animals. We have another one that does mostly metal sculptures, some interesting arch sculptures and various things. And then our 3rd artist, let's see, well, we have our alternative does these really cool propane tank animals. So in the pictures, they show kids climbing on them and stuff like that. And they also do benches. So the Clover Meadows Park is going to have an orchard, and it's sort of like a horseshoe. And so we were hoping we could, place some cool benches around there. So that might be part of what we ended up having. So it went really well. It was a very well-run meeting. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
She kept us on task, and it was probably our best art selection meeting I've ever been to. So I really appreciated the way it was run. I think now you have a winning formula. We should stick with it.
Right.
And so it's exciting. So there
The
was
submissions.
one-
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
the submissions for the Clover Meadows, there were 94 artists. 94 artists submitted their work to consider, and the 4-person selection panel and the 3 people from the commission narrowed it down through initial voting to 16 people to compare. The 16 people they liked the best. It was, we did it on time. It was good. It was easy. Everybody got a chance to talk and discuss what they liked about pieces and what would work well in the park. It was just Angela.
Yeah.
Double thumbs up.
Yeah, we nailed it. We really nailed it.
Very good.
Well, and one of
the
the
fact that we
things-
narrowed it down from 94 to 3 is amazing to me.
But that really is a testament to the volunteers, Teresa, Stephanie, and Jennifer, who are sitting on that selection panel with 94 applications, and each of the applications could have up to 10 images. You can do the math, right? So, and then not only were they looking at images, they were also reading the artist's narrative. The narrative comprised of how they would approach the project. So it really was a laborious act of love to go through the previewing so we could narrow it down to that short list. So, and then of course to the Parks Department who came and participated and lent their views as well. It was really great. So June 4th is going to be artist proposals and presentations here at the museum. I don't know if the artists will be coming in person or if it will be Zoom, but we will be in person to hear the artist proposals. So put that on your calendar.
That's the actual proposals for the artwork for the park from the 3 finalists.
What was it?
June 4th.
June 4th.
Tuesday, June 4th, probably about 5. If the artists are going to be zooming in, it actually goes faster. But it's just not as
You don't have to
efficient,
shuttle.
of course. You don't have to shuttle.
That'll be in the auditorium.
Yes, on the stage, physically on
Be
the
sure to
stage.
come everyone who possibly can, because it's really fun and it's quite interesting. This is a good opportunity to see how the sausage is made. It really is.
What time is it?
Probably about 5, I'll clarify. And I will need a couple volunteers, especially timers will be the big one. And if we do have artists coming, I need like our hosts and hostesses. So
I can do that.
okay. So once I speak to the artists and clarify whether or not they will be in person or Zoom, that'll get my timeline all figured out. So yes, well done, well done.
Excellent. Shock art update. Who's talking?
Maybe that's you.
It me. So Shock Art is open for submissions until May 31st. I have been doing a strong push on social media to get people to submit. Artists, as you all know, pretty bad at the whole submitting on time thing, so we have not gotten any submissions yet, but I highly think that we will have more submissions coming in near the end of the month. I would also like Sage or Pamela to recommend to the commission that we move forward with voting in person this year, because neither of you were here last month, and I just need one of you to
Speak to it. If you agree, then.
Didn't I delegate that to Sean?
Both Sage and you were not present last meeting, and you were the only ones that were
Right,
meeting with us, so I just need one of you to say it.
We tabled the conversation
Yeah.
until you were back.
Okay,
Can I?
sorry.
Yeah, by all means.
I'm gonna make a motion to eliminate online voting and keep the voting in the community for Sean.
I agree.
Does anybody want to have any discussion about it before we move forward with the vote? Does everybody?
Yes, question about it.
Yeah.
I personally, very easy to vote online, really like that, you don't have to drive anywhere to, so I will be interested to see what the response will be. I think we'll get a lot of people votes.
Probably.
People voting. Maybe that's not a bad thing, I know a lot of work you had to do in order to weed out the people who were
Yeah.
padding blocks to go over it.
Well, so also, just to mention, the reason I wanted to do 2 locations for voting this year so that it gives a little bit more diversity in the location and the visitors that will come in. So I'm hoping that we actually get a better idea of the Longmont community's opinion rather than the outsider community. So yeah.
Which we will have all the analytics for that, right?
Yeah,
That's what I just want to put that out there, that
Yeah,
I think for a lot of people work.
it's so easy for you to vote, it is hard for us to keep track of votes in a way that makes it more equal for the artists. If that makes
Yeah, more
sense.
fair.
There were a lot of artists who absolutely used online voting to, get their friends and family to, not come and look at the submissions, not consider, the body of work that they were doing, but in fact just helping their friends out. And that's really, the antithesis of what we're talking about, right? It's the community's artwork. So I totally hear what you're saying. It was born out of COVID, so hopefully the 2 locations will be successful. And we have the added bonus of having them here at the museum during the Lego exhibition. So chances of getting more families, and kids, and parents to participate, that understanding that piece of it, it's gonna hit a different demographic.
So how
So
old do you have to be to vote?
it can just be any age.
Toddlers?
Yep. Yeah, no, I mean,
Do you have an opinion, you can vote.
yeah.
On the ballot, can you put a place to mark it for a kid?
Yep, it says, I'm a kid.
I'm a kid. That's good. Okay, we have a motion on the floor to restrict our voting to in-person voting. And a second from Pamela, and I'd like to see a vote. How many people agree that we should switch to only in-person voting? Eleven. Nay? No, there's nobody left. No abstentions. So 11 yes, and no abstentions or nays.
Can I ask a quick question regarding something? Do we know what boxes we're going to put? Is there anything we're selecting on?
Not yet. Kevin from LPC has a short list that doesn't include Southwest Longmont. So it just came in. So whoever, okay.
I was
Clearly, I meant to send it and have not, but, yeah, anybody who is interested in going on a field trip and looking at them, or even spending time on Google Maps and checking them out, happy.
I usually drive around and look at all the options, see which ones are.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes frankly, last year they gave us one that had to be done that was done like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That.
I think we've cleared that all up though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good to double check.
Yeah, who wants to receive the list?
Oh.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
I was sorry to see that the box on 9th and Hover is gone.
Yeah.
There's a new box
Yeah,
there.
somebody crashed into
What?
it. Somebody crashed into it.
The car hit it.
Is that what happened?
The car hit it, and it was seriously in disrepair because the sprinklers were peeling up all the paint on it, so car hit it and there it went.
Yep, okay. Bummer.
Be careful of that corner, because the people that are coming out of that building that's on that corner, the old folks can't drive too well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of them anyway.
We had talked about that for a wrap too, so it's like,
You'll notice that there are some people who should not be driving.
yeah, there's a traffic box there, and the traffic guy said, you might want to think twice about that, because they get to replace pretty
I mean,
often.
it's a decent corner too, so it's like not a good place for people who can't see very well or react very
So
fast.
did that get officially decommissioned then, and
Yeah,
it was destroyed, like it's out of the list now?
yeah, once they go, they go.
That was an early one that we did, that was painted by the students from Longmont High. No idea who, no idea when, no one to contact. So,
I don't even think it was graffiti sealed.
yeah. All right, Fox Meadows Park.
So Fox Meadows is open for applications right now. I have sat with the majority of the selection panel. There are 2 more selection panel folks that still need to go through the orientation to learn about the shortlisting aspect. So I'm gonna do a Zoom meeting a week from tomorrow, and I'll invite all of the selection panelists. If you are interested in sitting in on that orientation, you are welcome to. It basically is a reintroduction to how to navigate cafe and those kinds of things. So Nettie, Pamela, you are the 2 folks who are sitting on that, so I'll make sure that you have it. But again, anybody who wants to participate, absolutely can. And then the call closes on Saturday, June 2nd. Sunday, June 2nd. The commission, or the selection panelists will have nearly a little more than 2 weeks to go through however many applications there are. To nail it down to that short list, and then we need to go through that process on the 17th of June. All of these dates I think are on the bottom here. And then artist presentations for that will be July 22nd.
How many community members do we have on that committee? 2.
For the selection panel,
Yes.
2, and then 5 residents.
That's what I meant, residents.
7 total.
So five community members.
Correct.
That's correct.
And 2 commissioners, so a total of 7. 7 works really well. I like 7. 9 gets a little much because we also have our parks representation, and it works. I think that there was enough diverse conversation, but we didn't get too in the weeds. So yeah, 7 works pretty good. And that community is very excited. We will probably have lots of neighbors. So the more folks who can come to those meetings, particularly the artist presentation, to talk about what already is in the collection. You know, we have to continuously talk about maintenance, you know, materials that we might want to select versus other things we might not want to select, those kinds of things. Your input is really helpful. So, put those dates on your calendar.
Those are all Monday meetings.
Those are Mondays. Clover Meadows is Tuesdays.
Okay.
Yep.
Maintenance.
Who wants to talk about maintenance? Do your maintenance reports, folks.
I
have been.
I did print out 3 printed, hard copies of maintenance reports beneath your agendas. If you need me to print you more, you just tell me. I will print them. I will bring them to you, whatever you need. It is now getting to be really nice weather, so hopefully you can motivate yourself to get out and look. Eve sent me an email maybe a couple weeks ago just asking for clarification. Just be as detailed as you possibly can. There's not really a way for you to know what it's ideally supposed to look like, but obviously if there's graffiti or there's something broken or something is hanging off about to hit a child, we need to know about that ASAP. Those are the really important things, but generally maintenance reports are for us to track the weathering of the artwork as it gets older. So any details you can give us is great. We were also bringing up GPS points. We are still collecting GPS points for GIS, so if you can fill it out, I would really appreciate it. We just need all of that information sent to the GIS.
I have a question that I asked earlier. If I went around and did all my maintenance reports and I took GPS of everything, do we need to do GPS every year?
No.
Once we've done it, it's good for a year.
Yes.
Barring earthquake, flood, something.
Or moving the artwork.
Yeah, or
Or the earth.
Yeah.
Artwork, yes. So the hope, and it's not in stone, but the hope is that there are some GIS interns, summer interns, that actually are paid internships. And they have little lags of time with their internship, and we're on the short list for a task for them to do. when they don't have, when they're in a little bit of a lull. So the hope is that this summer sometime, one of those GIS interns will contact us and say, hey, I want to get those points. I'm going to put them into a GIS layer on the website, and then we'll move forward with a more comprehensive art and public places map. Has everybody seen the tree tour on our city website? You want me to show you what I think it might be awesome to look like while we're talking about maintenance?
Yeah, sounds good.
And it's $6.49 because we're just awesome.
Laura, can you send me, Excel document, whatever your document is that?
Yeah. So,
I have a question.
this, yeah.
About the plaques. Some of them are the old logos and
Yes.
stuff like that. So is our intention to have all of them updated, to have all of them have QR codes, to have all of them be the same logos and stuff?
Yes, and we're gonna start with the ones that don't have plaques. So then get to the point where everything has a plaque, and then we'll revisit, right?
Okay.
I mean, those brass plaques are expensive.
I know they are.
And so taking them out just because, I don't know. But having everything labeled, really important. So I think that the goal is to get everything labeled first, and then we'll revisit.
Okay, so would it be appropriate to put this item this piece has a plaque, but it's the old logo?
You could, yeah, that's definitely.
Or it's
something-
all scratched, or it's, take a picture of it.
Yeah, or take a picture.
Yeah, I will say the sculpture in front of the library, the one that's archway, it has like a weird rock with the explanation
Yes.
on it. That one's like kind of busted, but it's there. So
Yes.
any notes that you want to take, all very helpful for us.
I did file a report on that one last week or so.
So this is a tree tour that was done in-house. It's through the GIS layer. And so it has, of course, in English and Spanish, which is fantastic. It has a bit of history about the land. It has some of these lovely images. And then it starts going through all of these, what do they call them? The master trees. They're not masters, though. They're like champions. Are the champions? Champion trees. Anyway, but this is the pretty fantastic part, right? Is that then the GIS layer, like you can see the bald cypress, and it tells you about the deciduous conifers, and there they are all around town to talk about the sweet gum, common name resident. But it's pretty fantastic, and again, it's just a layer on our GIS. So the city already has a GIS department. So I think the goal is, why can't we have just this?
Email them and say, hey, how come my park has no trees in the tree net?
I don't know how they decided which trees were chosen, but I do think that they're champions, right? That
If they're
they're
champions, it has to
Referencing
be,
trees and then
it has to be age type, shape has to be really good.
yeah.
No disease, right?
So anyway, but I'm sure that the foresters would be, the arborists, city foresters would be happy to hear from you. They're lovely. You know, so I just Googled the Longmont tree tour, but the other way to come at it is if you go actually to the museum's website, if that's where, or I guess you can't just say the museum. Read my mind, which museums. If you go to the Longmont Museum's website and you find our tours, which are here somewhere maybe. Here you go, this virtual historic Longmont tours. I'm pretty sure it's there too.
Yeah.
So 2 ways to go about it.
I'm so having my third graders do this tomorrow.
Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. It's
You
really,
look
it
in
looks
it
great
in
too.
Espanol, you have it in Spanish too.
Yeah, and I think, and then it's got these great pictures and, you know, it's, so when this is art, it'll be even better.
Yeah.
I love trees, but geez. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me share that.
Okay, so a reminder for everybody to get out and do your
Yes.
maintenance reports. It's fun now,
It is
it's pretty.
fun.
Yeah, it's nice.
And it actually is fun to do it because I find looking at the pieces, when I'm looking from a maintenance point of view, is completely different than when I'm looking from an art appreciation point of view.
Yeah.
And it, you know, anyway, it's just good for our community, good for us.
Okay, new business.
No, we're just got a lot of stuff going on, y'all.
Anybody? Nope. Great. Commissioner comments?
Thank you, Laurel. Thank you, Stephanie. Let us eat cake.
And I need a motion to adjourn.
I move the future.
Second? All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All in favor? No nays, no abstentions.
Fastest meeting ever.
I know.
Faster than last.